What's up, guys? This is Connor from ConnorMacRaeMedia.com. Here with episode 2 of Let's Edit Barbara Dunkelman as Yang. So, this photo has been getting pretty popular on Tumblr, and people are really liking it. So, I'm going to show you how it basically came to where it is. So, this is where the image started. As you can see, pretty bland, a very nice shot. All the proportions right. It's basically what's known as a three-quarter shot. Because you have about from just above Barbara's knees to her head right here, and that's pretty much a very good place to start. Uh, her pose is great, her face is great. The lighting is a little harsh in some places, but pretty good. So let's just jump right into this. So I'm going to go through things pretty quickly because a lot of this is going to be similar to if you watch my first video with Gavin, which you can click in the upper corner to view. You could see that the first thing I always do is I go to lens correction and I go to auto. Now this is just going to bump the photo out, flatten it out, make it nice and simple for us to work with. Second thing I'm going to do, go to auto. Now that's really bright. So I'm not going to go anywhere near that brightness. I'm going to go somewhere around here. And of course, let's see what the auto wants. That adds a little bit too much more, adds a little bit more green to it. But that's not fine. That's not bad. I can live with that. So the next thing I'm going to do is something I'm not normally a big fan of, and that's actually crop. I'm gonna crop this down just because I like the 5x7 size, and if you can tell, actually, it takes out a lot of the top range, so that actually makes it more draws you in. Next thing I'm gonna do is punch this photo up a bit. Now that's really super sharp right now. You can see actually everything's really sharp. It's a little too harsh for my liking, so I'm gonna bring that down. Now you can see also here the spot on Barbara's face actually is really bright. So I can go over here to the adjustment brush, shrink this down, and get this area right up here real quick. Now this is just one small hotspot that pretty much just goes right in this area. So I highlighted in red so you guys can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the highlight slider here, just soften that down a little bit. Now it's still there, but it's nowhere near as pronounced as it was in the previous. So you can see actually, it's actually softened down quite a bit, which is good. I'm going to bump the saturation here a little bit. Now we're getting somewhere pretty close. Bump this contrast. Now I'm going to go through the rest of this actually pretty quickly. So I'm going to go and super saturate this photo out. So first things first, add a little bit of red. Bring out the lipstick, bring out the shotgun shells. Go over here to orange. Now normally you don't want to bump the orange and yellow too much because your skin tone is normally going to increase. Like, see if I go really far orange, it turns her pretty much into a fake bake. So I'm going to just pump it a little bit so you can get the scarf, more or less, in the picture. A little more bump to the orange. I'm also going to bump the yellow. See, same thing. But she is Goldilocks, so I can pump the yellow pretty good without having too much of a concern. Now, next thing I'm going to do is also, I'm going to work on the background. Now, you can see that the background has a pretty blue tint, so I'm going to bump that just a little bit. Now, it just adds a little bit extra dimension. And I really like having that nice added dimension there. Now I'm going to go into my split tone. Go super sharp. I'm gonna try and talk through this, although I'm trying to see, because this is basically a full re-edit for me. Because the first one was good, but I thought I could do better. So that's why I wanted to make this video and show you guys kind of a slight little difference here. Now, one thing I'm also going to do, which you guys won't be able to see, is because I have two screens, I actually have almost two different styles of formatting. Because everyone's screen shows a photo differently, I actually intentionally have two different edits, or two different screen setups. That makes me able to see what the most common person is going to see on their screen because they don't have it calibrated the same way I do. Just one of those things that it is. So if I look at it, I can tell that everything's a lot less saturated and a lot less punched as it is on the one I'm editing on this screen right here. So if I'm going to make this for phones and mobile and all that stuff, the internet, I'm just gonna give it a little less punch right here. Drop the shadows just a tad, and the highlights down. Now, if I really want to, I can pump a little purple in there to offset that blue. And right about there is probably where I will leave it for now. Uh, if I was gonna make this into a poster or something, I'd probably do a little more editing, fix the hair, fix this background and everything. Actually, I will fix the background a little bit here. This is actually a quick clone tool. So I can take this, bring that down there. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm fixing up the spots that are in the background. Now I'm not gonna go into a crazy amount of time on this because since you're doing cloning, if you go too crazy on it, it has a tendency to basically look like you intentionally mess with the background, which is not the point. You want to have it so that it's almost that you mess with it, but you didn't actually touch it too much. So right about there. Nope, that's come a little bit off. And then right about there. So you can actually tell I smudged with it a little bit, but it's not too terrible, so I can live with that. And there we go. Now that's pretty much about that's about what I'm gonna call this photo. So I'll give you the final image pop up on screen right now. If you like this, please follow me on Facebook, follow me on or like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please comment, tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to do next, and I will look at those and I will gladly take any suggestions for which photo you want to see next. Uh, until then, I'm Connor. Have a good one.